Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do your December the 2nd spiritual principle a day in a meditation. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and get into the meditation. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I am. December the 2nd is entitled Accepting Reality. The fantasy world that we lived in during active addiction fades as we begin to see and accept life as it is. IP number 10, Working Step 4 in Narcotics Anonymous, General Guidelines. It took a lot of effort to create the alternate reality we lived in for so long. We invested in false perceptions and delusions about our lives and went to great lengths to maintain them. We became isolated from everyone and everything outside our self-made prisons. As one addict put it, my world had become so small. To live with that fact, I convinced myself that nothing outside my little sphere was relevant. In truth, we were only kidding ourselves. Denial, and dishonesty protected us from seeing the harm we were causing. Once we raised the curtain of self-deception, we recognized the lies we've been telling ourselves. In step 1, we discovered many truths, but seeing the truth doesn't always lead to instant acceptance. It takes time to accept our addiction and life the way it really is. As one member said it, I was a legend in my own mind, and I didn't want to let that go. By working steps 4 and 5, we identified the exact nature of our wrongs, as well as what's exactly right with us. As we stay clean, the fantasy world fades and we see ourselves and our lives more clearly. As we let go of the make-believe world we created, our real world expands. We don't have to cover up the shame and guilt created in active addiction with more plausible but untrue reasons for our behavior. Reality becomes a relief. I will be honest with myself and practice living in the moment. I'll let go of the unrealistic fantasies and delusions so I can gratefully accept all that this life has to offer today. What a wonderful meditation talking about accepting our reality. You know, I think it's very interesting because this IP 10 is talking about working step 4 in Narcotics Anonymous. However, at the end of it, if you see here, I'll highlight it for you. It says, right there, we don't have to cover up the shame and guilt created in active addiction with more plausible but untrue reasons for our behavior. Now, that comes directly out of our step 1 in the step working guide. And I believe it's bullet number 9. If you look at that, it's asking, have we given plausible but untrue reasons for our behavior? And the reason why I ask you that question in step 1 is because it's leading you into a point where you are able to see just how much the disease of addiction has caused you to live in a false reality, even giving individuals plausible, meaning they sound like they could be the truth. They very closely could be the truth, but untrue reasons. We have a tendency to lie by omission. And so this particular question, bullet number 9 in step 1, is helping you to understand that even when we thought we were trying to be truthful, we underliningly know that we're not being truthful with individuals. And the way that we make that all right for ourselves is to continue to use. We have to change our perception of reality by using drugs, which is an illusion, correct? And that's what we do, and we continue to do that. But as we clean up, and you should take courage in this, as we become clean, as our minds become clean and our mind, body, and soul becomes more sober, right? As it cleans up, we are able to see all of the lies that we've been telling individuals, and sometimes we'll be shocked. Individuals will ask us questions about things we said 5, 10 years ago. And unbeknownst to us, we told one lie to cover another lie to cover another. We don't even remember the stuff that we've said. I can remember many a time saying to people, I don't know, I think I must have been lying. I just would have to say that because I wouldn't remember all of the lies that I had told in my disease of addiction. And one thing that we know, we addicts in active addiction, we tell one lie to cover the next lie to tell the next lie. But when we sober up, right? When we become sober minded, when we become clean minded, right? And when I'm saying sober up, I'm not talking about the type of sobriety that comes with recovery from alcoholism. I'm talking about a sober mind, a clear mind. Research that word because when I'm using it, I am talking about an individual that is clear thinking, clear headed. There's no fogginess, there's no mind or mood altering drug trying to cloud up the truth, right? And as we become more sober minded, as we start to live clean lifestyles, we begin to see just how much the disease of addiction had us, how many lies we actually told. But now we don't have to do that. Take courage. We don't have to do that anymore. We can accept our reality. And you know what? Don't fear. You shouldn't fear worrying about how to clean up the wreckage of your past. Because if you keep coming back to the program of Narcotics Anonymous, you are going to see that there has been a will that has been built and you don't have to rebuild it. And that will is the life of recovery. And if you follow some simple suggestions, you will find yourself doing your step 4, seeing your patterns, seeing your liabilities, but also seeing your assets. And as you begin to do that, you will know with the help of your sponsor, what are the things that you need to make amends for? So let's not worry about that right now. Let's just worry about staying clean just for today. Please make a meeting, start scouting out for a sponsor, someone that can help you through the steps, and start developing a new network. Take those old dirty numbers out of your phone. You don't need them anymore. The dope man doesn't need to get a hold of you. You don't need to meet up with him. You don't need to pay that bill. None of that is a part of your current life today, which is living a life worth living, accepting your new reality, the good and the bad, but mostly the good if you keep coming back. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you, and I hope that today, December the 2nd, will be the most beautiful December 2nd that you've ever had. I want for you to have a beautiful day on purpose, and I will be talking to you tomorrow.